No mercy. No mercy. No mercy, folks. And welcome to my review of No Mercy 2017 Raw pay-per-view. A lot of things happened on the show tonight. Just to get a quick thing out of the way. Make sure you check out my live reactions to No Mercy. They will be posted up, so watch out for that. But kicking off the show, No Mercy, I guess you could say the pre-show. I did not see the pre-show. I know it was Elias versus Apollo Crews, and Elias won, so I don't know if the match. I heard the match was 5 minutes. Maybe I need to go back and look, but I did not see that match. But as we get to the first official match of the night was The Miz, who got a very big pop coming out there, almost like a very strong reaction. Even though this is technically his hometown, Miz does live in, I believe, in the LA area anyways, even though he's from Cleveland. But Miz got a huge pop coming out there, going against Jason Jordan for the Intercontinental Championship. Which the match wasn't even bad. First off, there were some Jordan sucks or you suck or who's your daddy chants. But the match was not bad. It was kind of predictable with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas getting involved throughout the match, but Miz hit the skull crushing finale and won. They pretty much, I don't know why they interviewed Jason Jordan after. Pretty much said he was disappointed. He couldn't overcome the Miz Taraj, and he said he didn't respect the Miz after this match. And the fans chant, "You sucked, Kurt," but as Miz is concerned, he says you really do suck, which was very flat. I don't know why they let Jason Jordan talk on the mic. Listen, I know this was a lose-lose situation, whoever keeps the title, really, or gets it, because Jordan, he just kind of, I don't know, this wasn't going to be good we put on him. Miz has not really done that much with the title since they moved him to Monday Night Raw, because they did this at the last minute to put, the Intercontinental title on the line, doing that on Six-Pack Challenge. But the match was good. It was good at best. People really did jump up and down once Miz retained the championship, so people were happy that he retained, and the crowd was really happy about it because they kind of just killed Jordan out there. Nobody was fucking with him. I don't know if they're going to turn him heel in that, but I thought it was a good way to kick off the show for No Mercy. Next was Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, which Finn had a lot of gray on, really, coming out there, going against my friend said, "Hey man, this guy's got no carbs. Definitely no carbs. Just shredded." Going against Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt pretty much attacked him before the match, hitting Uranagi on him on the broadcast table. As Finn Balor pretty much held his ribs. Wyatt got on Mike as they tried to get Finn out of there. He says, "Look at your mighty hero going away. He isn't a demon or man. He's a coward." Pretty much, this match was good. I'll give it that. It wasn't a bad match, but listen, I think I've said this before. I think, I kind of, you'll hear this in a live reaction. I did not really care about this match really to begin with. I don't think this feud needed to continue. It should have been over after SummerSlam. Finn Balor feels like, I believe Finn Balor's almost like in mid-card hell right now for some reason. It's not really doing that much. I've heard the rumors of Triple H getting very pissed off. And I think it's just Finn Balor wins the match, call it a day, move on, end this feud, and that's it. The match wasn't bad though. I'll give it that. Finn pretty much hit the shotgun drop kick and then the coup de grace for the win on Wyatt. So it was a good match. I will give it that. But this feud has to end from here now. I don't really want to see this match anymore. I don't think anybody does. So you knew Wyatt was losing regardless, so it's not much to say from there. Next was Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the Tag Team Championships. In my opinion, the best match out of the night. Match of the night here was just insane. One of my favorite spots was the white noise power bomb that Sheamus and Cesaro did on Rollins and Ambrose, where they were kicking the shit out of them, really. And let me say something about the Wyatt and battle match too, just before. I don't know how that Bray Wyatt still beat the crap out of Finn, he still lost, but one of the main things I'm not sure everybody was talking about tonight with this spot was Dean Ambrose catapulting Cesaro into the turnbuckle or maybe the post there. And I didn't know it was that bad, but he hit it so hard that his mouth was bleeding all over the place. They say he lost the tooth, but he lost multiple teeth. I kind of read later on that 2 of his teeth were jammed into his gums, so that's why it was so much blood. I thought he lost probably 2 or 3 teeth out there, but he was very bloody. And props to him for continuing this match going on. And I'm sure he's going to a dentist tonight right after this show, but it looked very gruesome. His mouth was bleeding all over the place after his teeth just knocked in after that spot, but he was able to continue this match. It was still great. Like I said, one of my favorite, like I said, spot before, the White Noise Power Bomb was great. And as they were about to beat Ambrose and Rollins, Sheamus was going to do a bro kick on Ambrose, but he pretty much collapsed, hitting a roll up. But then pretty much right after, they knocked Cesaro down. Seth Rollins hit his Rainmaker V-trigger on Sheamus, and then Dirty Deeds pretty much didn't retain the tag team championships. The crowd was into it. I thought this was the best match out of the night. This was probably one of the favorites, but goddamn, just Cesaro, man, dude took a great, just a crazy shot to his mouth when that catapult happened. Just blood all over the place. But gotta give it to him. He still continued, but I'm sure he's gonna be seeing the dentist tonight to fix those teeth after what happened. And this is where I felt the show kind of went downhill from here, and it gets kind of worse. But there's a positive through this match a little. The Fatal 5-Way Women's match for the Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Emma. Fatal 5-Way, which Nia Jax was super over. Let me get that straight. Nia Jax was very over tonight. And pretty much hitting the double Samoan drop on both Bliss and Sasha. People were really wanting her to win out there. And everybody got their moves in here and there. So, it was great. But the thing that really confused me about this match, because Nia Jax was killing it out there, okay? Even when they did that powerbomb thing, all the women had to knock her down multiple times. But then as pretty much everybody came in and started hitting their finishers on each other. Bliss pretty much hit Bayley, and then this is what's odd to me. What was the point in bringing Bayley back if you're gonna? She was the one that was gonna take the pinfall from Alexa Bliss. That made no sense. First off, I didn't think it made sense when they put Bayley in this match, but now that you brought her back, and I thought Emma would have taken the pin, but at least she got something out there tonight. Bliss pretty much pinning Bayley just made no sense. Okay, like it was just strange. Like there was no point in bringing Bayley back. That also shows you still how creative feels about her. Like that gives you a reason still why. Because they didn't do nothing with Bayley before, and it looks like it's not working out well. Did I detect some boos out there a little tonight? In a way, I heard a little of them, but I thought this was strange. That what was the point of bringing her back to get the pin? Bliss pretty much then was interviewed after the match and saying there's a lot of Hollywood stars and superstars there. There's only one true goddess. Pretty much, we all know that Asuka will debut at the TLC pay-per-view next month. So it's gonna be Asuka versus Alexa Bliss 9 times out of 10 at TLC, and Asuka's gonna kill her. That's pretty much. I don't know if they tried to make Bliss look strong tonight, but Nia Jax pretty much had a lot of power moves, and the crowd was really behind her. But now this is where we get worse. We gotta go to John Cena and Roman Reigns. Who do you hate the least match? Pretty much they tried to compare these two, calling them both polarizing, and God, they're both icons. I don't know how Roman's an icon. And as the crowd chanted, "You both suck," Cena just looked at it and pretty much started leaving. Oh, I suck? Okay, I'll leave. Next thing you know, Roman's got to chase him. And I don't know, the broadcast team just tried to call him. It's so crazy. This is where it got worse after the women's match. And one thing I thought that was silly on commentary was when they tried to say Emma did great the women's revolution. Stephanie McMahon, and I kind of started bursting out laughing when Cole said that. But let's get back to Cena and Reigns. This was pretty much a spot fest. A spot fest that went way too long. Very long. And this is where a lot of this comes in. And as they tried, the announcers tried to say, they're both icons. Cole saying they're both icons. They're this, they're that. And don't get me wrong, Roman had a lot of offense on John Cena. But when John Cena pretty much hit the first FU, got a near fall. He hits a super FU off the top rope. Still doesn't win. And then he's going to do one through the table as the fans chant it one more time. But Reigns is able to spear him head first into another table. Now, let me say that there's 3 tables, so I'm not going to count that one. Even though I was going to count 2, I probably won't count that one. But as the match went on, when Cena did a double FU on Roman Reigns, first one, and then rolled him up for another one, Reigns kicked out. But all Reigns had to do, folks, Reigns hits one Superman punch. He did hit a Superman punch before, but he hits a Superman punch and one freaking spear to beat John Cena clean. So let me get this straight. John Cena hits 4 freaking FUs out there. One from the top rope, by the way, the super one, and a double one, and he still can't beat Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns can hit one spear, and that's it. Jesus Christ, I should have known how the match was going to be paced like this anyways. Just get spot fest going on too long. I wasn't really a fan of this match. I was kind of hoping for an end because it was very long. And yeah, they had their moves, but I know the crowd was at least into it somehow. But by God, how strong are we gonna make this motherfucker look? Like, please, like, who else we gonna feed Roman Reigns to? Like, come on. At least Undertaker was kicking out some of those spears, but Cena didn't kick out one spear. He didn't kick out one spear. And then they gotta do this thing. Cena's gotta, give his seal of approval, putting his hand up. And then Cena, and I've seen this before in Cena in the past, that he's got to sit in the corner, look disheveled, and as Roman walked out after he shook his hands, he stood up and the fans chanted, "Thank you, Cena," and he looked around, he gave his wristbands to a kid and said something to him, and he pretty much turned his shoulder and he patted the stage wall before walking into the back. But, I don't know, man, but I'm sure we'll just see John Cena in the next few months anyways, once he's done filming the Transformers Bumblebee movie. But this match was just... Dude, how strong are we gonna make this motherfucker look? Like, for real. How strong are we gonna make him look? How many times? I just had to laugh when he just won with one spear. And I wanted to count the one with Taylor, and I'm not really gonna count that. We're just gonna, count that one, and that's it. Just one spear out of 4 FUs. And what does he also say when Miz comes into Kurt Angle's office after, saying John Cena, Roman Reigns being John Cena is equivalent to him taking out The Undertaker. Okay, too much gassing up in this match, but Miz wanted to do Miz TV and interview Roman Reigns, and he said, Angle says, a good idea, you get to kick off the show. Next match, and I like to call this one the death of the cruiserweights, Beetlejuice Enzo versus Neville. Which this match was, oh god, like I don't know, I don't really care what the cruiserweights are doing half the time anyways, but, by the way, this went nearly 10 minutes also, and, yes, this was a buffer match, and when Enzo was in the ring, and mostly Neville was killing him, and hit him with a Phoenix Splash, he hit him with a Phoenix Splash, we rolled out of there, hit him with kicks, but then Enzo got out of the ring. He kept holding the title belt as Neville chased after it, and then when Enzo passed the title onto the ground, he pretty much kicked Neville in the nuts and won the title. So Enzo Amore is the new Cruiserweight champion. Death of the Cruiserweights, folks. This is probably not a sealed death of it now. This just looks so bad. Okay, I don't think first off, Enzo's not doing enough for the Cruiserweight division. At least Neville meant something, and this is just twice as worse now. Okay, Enzo is the champ. Come on. And now everybody's trying to compare to Eddie Guerrero, like doing a lot of cheating Steve things. See, Eddie was a little bit more clever with his, though. This was just dumb. Like, okay, there he goes. Kick him in the nuts. It's over. Throw the title to the side. Ball shot. And it just looked weird. And I just sat there like, what the fuck was that? That was bad, okay? That was just bad. I don't even care about the cruiserweight matches half the time, but this was bad. Especially with Enzo winning the championship. This was just odd. I had to say, this is the death of the cruiserweights. Literally. Like I said, for a guy that allegedly has so much heat in the back, from rumors of him getting thrown out of tour buses and locker rooms, and why, I don't even think he's over when the crowd's coming out now, that Big Cass was his only meal ticket. For a guy that has so much heat What is the point in this cruiserweight division? Why is he winning the championship from Neville? This makes no sense that you just have a head scratch on your head. It's just fucking dumb. And we get to the main event, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. And I had to count this match. First off, this match was 9 minutes, so we know Brock wasn't going to go that long. And I wasn't really impressed by this match, to be honest with you. And it was almost like the same finish with Samoa Joe with one F5. And this almost brings me back to the Cena Roman match. Braun Strowman hit 3 power slams. I think one of them looked that powerful though. And Brock just hit one F5 and he won the match. Just like the Samoa Joe one. Except this one was maybe 3 minutes longer. And he hit, I know Brock hit a bunch of suplexes. Strowman was getting him at first, and you know, Brock had the Kimura lock in, but it was just something about this match. Just the crowd wasn't into it. They were into it at first, but then they just kind of fell off of it, and it just looked like nothing wasn't going. I swear I heard a lot of spot calling in this match. Maybe that's me, but I felt like I heard it. But nothing just didn't really feel like it was going on. And then, like, once that F5 came, and I was like, oh, it's over? I was like, okay, so he won clean. And I don't know how this helps Braun Strowman, because I don't think Braun Strowman really should be losing to anybody right now, because he's mostly dominant. But now since Brock has beat him, it does kind of damage him now in a way. And I don't know, maybe Vince is really going head on heels with this Brock versus Roman thing at WrestleMania 34. Because now, first off, we don't even have a champion on the show right for the next 2-3 months. Maybe we'll see Brock at Survivor Series, or maybe we'll see him at the Royal Rumble at most. But it's almost like, I've said this before, I feel like if Brock goes over a certain amount of time, you gotta pay him overtime. So first off, we all knew this main event was going to be late into the show, and I knew this match was going to be quick, but the total of this match was 9 minutes. I remember the Samoa Joe match with Brock, and that was like near. So it just, I don't know, it just really kind of disappointing. It just wasn't really that great. Like it really wasn't. So it was kind of meh. This is really disappointing. I expected both of these two to rip each other's heads off, but it didn't feel like it. It just didn't feel like it. You know, as for overall this show, in the beginning parts, it was really good, from the Intercontinental title match to the tag team match, and Finn versus Wyatt was alright, but after that tag team match, I felt everything started going downhill once it hit the women's match. And I'm not saying the Fatal 5-Way was that bad, but it was like okay to weak in a way. I just find it odd that what was the point of bringing Bayley back just to lose? Didn't make sense. Roman and Cena, I just was not a fan of, and I just kind of knew the predictability of it and winning. But when like I said, when Cena has to hit 4 fucking FU finishes and can't get a win, but he loses the one spear, it's fucking ridiculous, and this match was long. Enzo versus Neville, fuck the cruiserweights, death for the cruiserweights, nut shots, ball shots, whatever. They just killed the cruiserweight division probably more. And as for the main event, Brock and Strowman, just very disappointing. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Probably one of the worst ones of the night. And I know I said the other 3 were bad, but at least they had some type of you know, excitement to it, a big spot to it. This one here wasn't feel like a lot of big spots. Even the fans channel, we want tables to that match. We didn't get any tables. It just kind of went here and there. And Brock moves on and probably disappears for the next 2 to 3 months. So this wasn't really that great a match. Don't get me wrong, they hyped it up to like it was supposed to be that great, but when it came to the match itself, it just wasn't. At least Samoa, like I said, at least Samoa Joe was a little bit more hyper, just because he had put Brock through a table and attacked him before then, kicked the shit out of him. But this right here just wasn't bad. It just wasn't that good. It was just bad. So like I said, best match out of the whole night was the tag team match. Worst one was probably the main event. After the tag team match, shit started to hit the fan. Okay, that's when it really hit the fan. But I am out of here. Check out my live reactions and this review to No Mercy. So see you later, and peace out.